We're all in it together. We're one big family. In my dad's mass card, when he passed away, he quoted the section of the Bible, only section that he could identify that talks about salvation, Matthew 25. Those who are there for the least one of these, my brothers and sisters, was there for me. You don't have to be there for everybody. Just be there for one person. And in your admonition on the mitzvah, you change one thing, you've changed the world. You help one person, you've changed the world. And that's the kind of spirit, and that's the kind of attitude that unites everybody in this room, because you face down intolerance, you face down stigma, you face down everybody who puts you down, but you're not giving up because you got something burning inside. And that is what's going to make the world a better place. It's ultimately compassion and it's love. So I say the veterans' fight is all of our fight. Because if we can't make our fellow Americans understand what they're going through, and because the shame and stigma is so great on our American heroes, that they think that there's no better way out than to take their own lives. And when even in our active military, we have many months out of the year, the biggest killed in action is not from Al-Qaeda, it's not from Taliban, it's from the hands of our own soldiers killing themselves. That should be front page news. Should be front page news.
We're doing everything in our power to make sure that no veteran, today or in the future, ever gets mistreated for their service to this country. About 54% of those that have been discharged since we've been involved in the global war on terror are registered with the VA. So the younger generation, I think, is looking at the VA in a much different light. And while there are some problems, as there will always be, the students that I have at my college and the other ones that I talk to are all very happy with the VA healthcare that they're getting today.
They're tearing down the mental health facilities, the asylums, but they never did create the community support systems that we needed. That's what we're about, trying to see if that is done, trying to see that we are not simply trans-institutionalizing people, taking them from the asylum and putting them in a cell, which is what we're doing. When Dorothea Dix finished her work, only 1% of the mentally ill were in prisons, 1% of the population. And now it's up to 16 or 17% in our prisons. That is a national disgrace. A national disgrace.
I think NAMI's efforts are increasing in leaps and bounds. We at OMIG are very happy to see the work that NAMI's doing, the supports they offer to families and to the individuals with mental illnesses. There is, with younger people moving up into the adult system, we need to work a little bit on addressing that to kind of make their transition easier. But we're starting to see, that transition begin.
We want children to feel secure, to feel loved, and we want the parents to find ways to comfort them, regardless what the situation is. Because one thing that we sometimes forget is that it doesn't matter what the parent is going through, we're parents, and that's a role that doesn't go away.
What I want you to take away from this too is, even if you don't have a VA in your area, veterans and veteran families are dealing just like the rest of us with the same sorts of brain disorders as the general public.
cost of incarceration in New York State is about $46,000 a year for a prisoner. Our Veterans Court puts people through it at a cost of about $2,000. That's just the cost aspect. The real process is the fact that we save lives. We save the service members' lives. We save the families' lives. We were invited to speak before the House Veterans Committee a year ago. And the chairman of the House Committee said, we'd like to invite some of your graduates, but we can't because they all have jobs or are in college. That's the way we need to be dealing with people, not throwing them in jail.
If you read his bio and the number of awards, Purple Stars, Bronze Stars, that he has done as an American veteran. And when he came back, now he's on your board of directors. And as a veteran, I can't be more honored and proud to have Max Gabriel representing me, a veteran, not a senator, a veteran, okay, and all the other veterans. And make no mistake about it, New York State's got hundreds of thousands of veterans. When it comes to defending this country, this state is as patriotic as anybody. And he's there defending their rights and helping them overcome these hurdles. This is what America's all about. The warrior comes home and he helps out the other warriors, and I'm sure he helps out anybody whether they're a veteran or not. I'm honored to be here and to meet you, sir.
I said to somebody, I said, I'm really humbled. Excuse me. And they returned by saying, no, they were humbled. I serve as veterans. I don't pay attention to the degree that I do, what other people do. And I'm absolutely thrilled that I'm noticed. Thank you.
Thank you.
I believe that the camaraderie and the connection that is from Vietnam, it's like you covered each other's back when you were there, and when you're back here to do networking, you're still covering somebody's back to assist them, to protect them, basically, whether it's to help for medically or mentally or even financially. There's always that camaraderie of a veteran and a veteran.